Hi, Steve, lovely to meet up with you again and do some further work on your game. Just a quick recap on the key points that we covered. Initially, we looked at what was going on during the takeaway. The last session was about accumulator 3, not trying to load it too much too soon. When we left it, we were trying to maintain that from P1 to P2. We're trying to feel like we're going to max that out. And what we're seeing here is you really working that piece in from P1 to P1.4. And then from P1.4, accumulator 3 then started to load a little bit too soon, dividing the elbows. So the piece was in there, but it just wasn't being carried out for long enough. Dividing the elbows, disconnecting the left arm, pushing the left shoulder up, affecting the tilt in the eyes and the shoulders. The other thing we talked about was you maintaining, you can see there that the amount of flex that you put in the knees during the completion of your backswing, that's getting you a little bit flat. Then from there, it's a sort of standing up, pulling the arm out, rolling accumulator 3, shaft tumbling out in front of you, and then a fast raising of the belt to prevent that club from continuing its trend across the ball. Shoulders very open, legs very straight, right arm running out quick, handle raising, head being forced upwards. If we were caddy view now, we'd see a lot of your face. So the initial sort of changes really were, we put the box there just to give you a sort of visual on the starting direction of the club, so that we're swinging on that slight arc, and we asked you to continue the feeling from P1 all the way to P2. You can see when you do that, the arms stay connected, the left shoulder doesn't raise as quickly, the shaft's in a much better position at P2 than which we were seeing at the start of your session. Certainly less disconnection between the arms and the body, and the shoulder tilts are much better. When we did this, we were still arriving in quite a flat and deep top of the backswing position, and we talked about the effect of straightening the right leg and what that would do to the slant of the hips, flex of the left knee, and the subsequent effect on the tilt of the shoulders. So on this swing here, we're straightening up the right leg. We're trying to continue the feeling that we had in accumulator 3 all the way to P2. So you're maxing it out there with your demonstration drill. So no rotation of accumulator 3 to P2. Feeling like the right leg's going to straighten the most. And we can see now at the top of the backswing, the shoulders are more tilted, as are the hips. There's much more flex in the left knee. The arms are not as flat and as deep. And we're looking down at the ball more rather than out at the ball. So a much better position at P4. Then as we start down, we can see that P6 now is a much tidier affair. The club starts to come down properly. We get back into flexion with the lower body. Shaft starts to bisect the right arm. Arms aren't being pulled outwards as fast. Club much more in at P6. As a result, we don't need the rapid raising of the belt and the straightening of the right arm, etc., to prevent the club from continuing its trend across the ball, but we're still sort of going to get it because that's what we've always done. So towards the end of the session, this is you just hitting some balls down there, trying to feel like we're controlling the starting direction of the shot really on these, making sure that it goes out to the right. So they're a much better move from P1 to P2, great work on that. Left shoulder working down much more. Bit of flex going back in the knees, but nowhere near as much as before. Better position at P4. P6, much more from the inside. and as a result we now don't need that rapid raising of the belt, and you can see that the right foot now is starting to stay much lower through the hip. So it's almost removing the need to sort of raise the belt and extend rapidly coming into the golf ball. As we progress with this, it's removing the need, much less rotation of the blade through the impact area as well, ball starting off much higher, much straighter, and then the residual stuff kicks in where we start to really raise the belt on the way through. Great session, some good changes, particularly impressed when you start to straighten that right leg. That has a real good effect on your P4, and then it has a knock-on effect with the rest of the positions as well. Great work, and look forward to working with you again in the coming weeks. Well done.